Welcome back to The Truth with Trinity, and I am your host, Trinity. And if this is your first time listening to the podcast, I want to send you a warm welcome. Here I talk about issues that happen within the Black community, hopefully for some type of resolution or at least some food for thought to go about your daily way. So without further ado, I'd like to jump into this episode's topic, which I really didn't know what to name it, is, are we the best role models for our children, especially our daughters? So I want to start off with making a small disclaimer. If you're a woman or a person that feels like there's nothing wrong with the way we conduct ourselves as a people, the way we dress, and that has no effect on the situations that's going on with the upbringing of our children, then this episode is not for you, unfortunately. But if it is for you and you would like to make some positive changes, then definitely continue to listen. So I want to start off with being a single woman. When you're a single woman, you have no children, so you don't have any little impressionable minds that are looking at everything you do. As a mother, you have children. When your child is looking at you, they're looking at the way you sneeze, the way you cough. They're looking at, the way you talk, the way you dress. They're looking at everything, your posture, and they're molding their image and personality off of what they see around the house. Okay, so, back in the day, you would have to leave your mom's house, or you would have to sneak an outfit in your backpack if you wanted to dress provocative, if you wanted to, put on some type of halter top, something that you knew that your mother would not allow you to wear. But now, with our generation, with what's going on now, the kids don't even have to sneak out of the house or move out of the house before they're able to dress a certain way. And now we have mothers that are buying and purchasing their daughters these provocative outfits. And the trouble with that is as a mother, you set the tone for how your daughter will grow up and feel like what is acceptable for her attire. And it's one thing to be single and to have on your midi skirt, your booty shorts, which even if you're single, that's not too much of a great idea. But it's even worse when you have children and they're looking at you dressed like that because they feel like it's acceptable. It's okay. It's okay for me to dress like that. It's okay for me to wear booty shorts. It's okay. And there's no type of repercussions in society for me to be seen on social media and in public in general like that. And it's one thing too for you to dress like that as a grown woman. You're a grown woman. But it seems troubling now because we're putting those outfits on our children, on our daughters. And some may say, well, my daughter doesn't have breasts yet. She's 8 years old. She's 6 years old. Oh, she can wear that. That's harmless. It's not harmless. It's not harmless for our daughters to have these type of clothes on, even at 4 and 6 years old. There's nothing harmless about it. And they should dress like little girls. And what does a little girl dress like? She's fully clothed. And number 2, her attire should not resemble a grown woman's attire. It should not, as mothers. And on top of that, when we talk about child predators, when we talk about child sex trafficking, now it is true that a child can be abducted with a pair of baggy pants on and a long t-shirt and a coat on. But they're more targeted. They stand out more if they have on something provocative. And for a lot of mothers that place their children on social media in these type of outfits, these little short mini skirts, these little halter tops, and things of that nature, there's people They are not just innocently looking at those pictures like, oh, isn't that cute? Oh, she's dressed like Nicki Minaj for Halloween or something. Oh, isn't no? There's predators actually looking, targeting those pictures, and it does make our children more susceptible to being abducted. You don't want attention being drawn to your child sexually, and it's a time as a mother. You don't have to dress like a grandmother. No, you can still be beautiful, sexy, attractive. But when you're with your children and you're walking with your children to school parent meetings, to grocery stores, you want to set an image that is of a virtuous woman. You want to tone down that dress. You want to, put a little length on that skirt. Maybe not show as much cleavage when you're walking with your children. One thing I'd like to think, when I'm walking with my daughter, I don't want a man to be thinking about sex. Like, oh, you're sexy. When I'm walking with my child, I don't want sex with my child walking with me to ever pop in a man's head, and it still may pop into his head. So I'm not going to say that, but I don't want a man looking at me when I'm walking down the street with my children and I'm looking like some type of sex bunny, and I'm walking with my children. I don't want them to be thinking about those things and yelling at me like, hey, sexy, hey, thick, nothing, while I'm walking with my kids. No. And if you're dressed like that, they're definitely going to be thinking that with your children walking alongside of you. Another thing is setting an example for your sons. So we talked about the daughters a little bit, and why not to dress like that. And we don't want them to feel like when they grow up that it's acceptable for them to dress like that. So provocatively, because like I said once and I'll say it again, as black women in this country, we can no longer complain that we're not getting the respect that we so desire if we're not respecting ourselves. And one way that we can respect ourselves is by putting some clothes on us. It's one thing for you to go to, some type of social evening gathering, but I don't know if it's just me, but should we be dressing like it's a social evening event 24/7? Some of us dress like we're right on the video, on some type of video 24/7. Like, no, that's not the true image of a woman, especially a woman that's trying to maybe gather a husband, or even, not even that, but just to be seen with some type of respect. We can't, as women, yell out of our mouth, hey, respect me as a woman. Don't look at me as a prostitute. Don't look at me as some type of cheap woman. But we're dressed like that. I don't care if the piece costs $1,000. I don't care if you spent $500 on that dress. But if it's not becoming as a woman, as a lady, then what do we expect that we're going to attract? We're going to attract the negative attention. And sometimes as sisters we do that. We want attention from a man, but we don't know how to get the right attention from him. Maybe we don't know. Maybe we're scared to, clothe ourselves sometimes because we think we won't get attention. But I wanted to jump into the sons. I don't want to drift off too far, but as a mother, it's very important that you have a sense of poise, dignity, and refinement around your sons. Because, it's really good for a man to be in their son's life to teach them how to be a man. But it's also good for a young boy to see a virtuous image of a woman. Because many times a man goes off of what they have seen in their life, like who they grew up around, the type of women they grew up around, and how they seen them conduct themselves, and how they seen them dress. And, a lot of boys, they're growing up around their mothers. And it's very improper to be dressed around your son, bare, like not very many clothes on. Like you should not be around your children, and definitely not your sons. With some type of clothing that is modest. It's called modesty, okay? Because it's borderline crossing boundaries anyway. If you're not walking around the house with clothes on around your son, that's your male child. And number two, you don't want him to grow up and think that this is the image of what a woman should be, is naked, barely any clothes on. That leads a boy to grow into a man to have less respect for women. So we can't cry as women, oh, these guys don't have any respect for us. All they see us is for sex, but that's all we're presenting. That's all we're showing them is our bodies and sex. And, some may argue, oh, well, other races of women, they're on the TV with no clothes on. Hey, that's not our God. That's not, we don't even have the same, system. Well, we do now, but we didn't at first. We shouldn't be following the paganistic ways, the barbaric ways of just putting our bodies out there. And our bodies are not shaped like white women. So, for, a white woman to wear a mini skirt and all that type of stuff, and plus she's already, her men already see her in the light of princess and lady. So they can do no wrong. They can walk on TV with a fig leaf on and still get respected. But we're not them and they're not us. Okay, so we need to stop, oh, well, they can do it, we can do it. No. Like I said, the black woman is still in a position in this country, in this world, to fight for respect. And how are we ever going to gain that respect if we're presenting ourselves in a provocative manner? I can't say it time and time enough. We can't keep crying about certain situations and we're not willing to put some type of resolution to them. And one of the ways we can do that is know the proper time and place to wear things. You shouldn't go to interviews like you would go to a bar. And people say, I'm going to do me. I'm going to wear what I'm going to wear. Well, that's what's getting us messed up as people. You have to know the proper time and place to do certain things. And once again, to do a recap, our sons, it's very important around our sons that we promote a positive image of women, and part of that is the way we dress. We can no longer dress like that around our sons and think that they're going to grow up with a positive image of who a black woman is. With our daughters should not be wearing anything that looks like what we're going to be wearing. If you want to wear halter tops and whatnot, if you want to wear mini skirts, our little daughters, whether they're developed or not, they should not have on that type of attire. They should not. And as a mother, there's a proper time and place for you to dress. We'll get more respect as women if we learn to put some clothes on our bodies. And if we want to go out to a club, okay, you wear that little skirt or whatever. But when you're going out in public and abroad, it's time to dress like a lady. And it's up to you to determine what that is. But it definitely isn't some of the things that, we see on social media. And we can definitely keep our bodies off of social media too, because that's promoting the image that the black woman is a Jezebel, she's a prostitute, she's all these things. And with the proper work, we can prove them wrong. And it's not about getting any validation from anybody. It's about us as women setting a proper, some type of proper role model, because we can't leave it up to anyone else to be that role model for our daughters and sons. And it's about evolving into the people that we once were before slavery and to come back better than ever before. So that pretty much wraps up this segment. I hope something resonated with you that I said as a woman, or if you're not a woman listening. But it's been a pleasure talking with you all. If you'd like to get in contact with me, you can at thetruthwithtrinity.com. If you'd like to leave any suggestions, any type of question or topic for The Truth with Trinity, you can. If you would like to donate, you can to thetruthwithtrinity.com. Another way you can donate is if you are hanging out with other brothers and sisters, that you continue meaningful conversations about knowledge. You can spread the knowledge that you have to anyone willing to listen, because you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. So anyone willing to listen, just spread the positivity, spread the knowledge. And that's all we can do. And that would be a great donation right there, is to spread the knowledge. And always remember, if you can't tell the truth with anyone else, you can with Trinity. Till next time, take care.